You need to speak to him, right? But he won't answer the phone. And when he does answer the phone, the excuse is always that he's been in Kerrang. On that subject, we would like to invite Rebecca Mason up, who is Hugh's missus, to come and sing this song. And while Rebecca comes to the stage, Hugh can explain his love affair with Kerrang, which frankly...
Try being on the receiving end of Schumann if you don't return his calls. Anyway, I grew up in Kerrang and I spend a lot of time back up there because I get to go and write songs with school children up there, which is one of the best things I've ever done. And I get to work with at-risk kids. And I thought that was a bit sort of weird. At risk of what? Well, any kid who lives in a community that's been through a drought or been through a flood or been through a bushfire is deemed at risk. And so there are these programs in place and I go and write songs with them and we make an album, and it's a wonderful thing. They talk about their experience and I hope somewhere deep down it helps, and from what I believe it does. And so I spend a lot of time in my hometown after not spending much time in there for the last 40 years. Regularly I'm intervened, children, family and all the rest of it. But I love Kerrang. It's got all my childhood memories, all my songs that I write are really derived from growing up in Kerrang, riding motorbikes around the levee banks when I was 16. I can't tell you what I did when I was 17 and 18, but it was fun.
Hey, Hugh, he's better than Adelaide anyway.
They're very conservative. Shuey, they're a very close-knit community. Shuey's actually a friend of Alexander Downer.
Shut up, listen, anyway, mate, you make any more smart remarks about it, we'll take you to Snowtown and put you in a barrel.
Anyway, this is called The Spirit of the Land, and it's about growing up in Kerrang, and about the community, and about the farmers, and all my friends.
Rivers are dry across the land and the farmers' fields have turned to sand cause the rain hasn't come for 2 years, almost 3. The topsoil's gone with a hot north wind, the crops won't grow and rust set in, and the cruel south wind of winter brought no relief. The old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before the night goes on and the conversations die. But the battlers don't give up, it's written on their hands and in their eyes, and the spirit of the land survives. On Saturday nights at the Royal Hotel, Hank the Dutchman plays guitar, he sings country and western favourites and requests. It used to be his second job, a bit of a laugh for a couple of bob. Now it's all he's got, cause his crops all died from thirst. So he spent his savings on cattle and sheep. He got some credit, not in too deep, but softwood graze on pastures turned to salt. Then he tried to get work as a travelling man, selling all these products from the back of his van. But the cockies all shop in town with things are cheap. And the old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before the night goes on and the conversations die. But the battlers don't give up, it's written on their hands and in their eyes, and the spirit of the land survives. Schools all run down,
The roof's rusted and the paint's peeling, the playground's just a dust bowl, not a spot of green. But kids still kick their footballs, sending dust clouds to the sun. And it's good to know the drought can't spoil the fun. And in the cricketers' lounge, late at night, where the cockies talk and the shearers fight, their wives drink shandies 'cause they'll be driving home. The talk centers round the price of wheat, the lack of rain and the lack of sleep, 'cause credit's stretched and it won't stretch anymore.
And the old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before the night goes on and the conversations die. But the battlers don't give up, it's written on their hands and their eyes. And the old man in the public bar talk of floods and droughts before the night goes on and the conversations die. But the battlers don't give up, it's written on their hands and in their eyes. And the spirit of the land survives.
Rebecca Mason, ladies and gentlemen.